Okay, let's get back to First Alert weather here. We're taking a live look over Cleveland Circle right there in Brighton, courtesy of our drone ranger. Sun's still not up yet, but it's coming soon. It's a pretty chilly morning. We're in the 40s right now, Latoya.
Exactly. As I got dressed today, I said, oh, here this is. But then I said, oh, well, people dealing with the hurricanes are doing a lot worse than I am, so I will be grateful for my cold.
No doubt. As we bring in our meteorologist, Tevin Wooten, where are we with the hurricane?
Well, it's offshore right now, and it's going to stay offshore, but this storm is so large, I'll show you in just a moment. It's so large that it's still causing some chaos across central and eastern portions of the state of Florida, Orlando, into Jacksonville and Daytona Beach alike. So the storm is not done. You have to remember these are 3D figures, so it's not a specific point on the map, which is why it's so large. But across the Northeast, we've got dry skies for the most part, a cluster of thunderstorms offshore of Cape Cod. Those stay offshore, too. Remember the showers that we had early yesterday morning for the Cape? Well, this is that same system, but it's slowly working its way eastbound. Not bringing any snowfall here across southern and northern New England. There are spots across Canada, though, but that just is a testament to the seasons changing and, of course, a cooler air that's on the way today. Look at where we are right now. 46 across the New Hampshire seacoast, 45 for you this morning in Marshfield, Boston down to 48. Do we see any 30s on the map? No 30s just yet, but there's still time. For example, Concord, one of those likely candidates to drop down into the upper 30s this morning. Highs this afternoon do bounce back, but not by too much. Check it out, 60 in Taunton for a high temperature today. Even cooler across Boston and portions of Metro West in the upper 50s, low 50s throughout the Monadnocks and the Merrimack Valley. Here's the latest on Milton right now, still offshore, and it's going to stay offshore. But remember when I said this storm was so large? Look at the scope of this storm here. The wind field is about 500 miles wide from tip to tip, stretching into portions of southern Georgia and the Great Abaco Islands there. So the tropical storm winds, 38 miles an hour or greater, are still causing some issues this morning across central Florida, and that will likely, unfortunately, slow down the efforts to restore power and make sure, that folks are doing okay this morning. Here's the satellite and radar. So another way to look at this storm, again, the eye is now offshore, as it's still a hurricane, mind you, but there are still bands of rainfall across northern Florida now. So we did say that this would be a storm with far-reaching impacts from the west coast to the east coast beyond landfall, and that is coming to fruition this morning. This storm, by the way, is the fifth hurricane to make landfall in the Gulf of Mexico this season. It was a Cat 3, so this is the second major hurricane that we've had make landfall in the Gulf of Mexico this season. You go back to Helene, of course, 2 weeks ago, and that was the last hurricane that we had that was a major, as a Category 4. So thinking about not just the folks across Florida, we cannot forget the folks across Georgia, western North Carolina, South Carolina, and, of course, eastern Tennessee alike. But it is a dry day here at 58 degrees, blue skies. It is a gorgeous day today. The kids will need the coat this morning as we are in the 40s and 50s. It's breezy, too. My goodness, winds at 20 miles an hour that's blowing in from the north and west, blowing in the drier air that we've got all week long, all the way through the weekend and like. But there will be increasing clouds on Sunday as we're tracking another weather system on the way on Monday, likely to bring us some scattered rainfall. But you'll note that high temperatures, not too hot this time of year, guys. So we have to enjoy what we've got right now.
All right, we'll make the best of it. Thank you, Tevin.